Welcome, 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 guys. I'm back. You better believe it. It's Good Friday. Let's see. Listening to this good music. So today I'm gonna trade live. I'm gonna trade live with you guys. You know, I always do a recap or whatever else, but we're going live. I'm gonna I'm gonna go on out to after 9:30, or if I make a trade and I leave after that, that's another thing. Let's do it. Yeah. So anyway, I've been looking at I've been looking at I've been looking at a couple stocks. I played one stock this morning. It got three tickets because I was trying to get out, and I got out with just half the shares instead of the whole shares. But anyway, a couple dollars here this morning, 961. But I'm only playing with 250 shares, so you know I played TNXP here, but I don't like the way it's moving. Be honest with you, I don't like the way it's moving, so I got out. I got in at like 311, and I got out at a little over 320, like 324, something like that. But look at this TROV. This sucker is running. So we all know, yesterday you had the supernova, the bright, the shooting star with BPTH. So what that does is, like I said before, that's a good thing when that happens. Even if you miss out on it, it's a good thing because what it does is it makes other things run right behind it. It always happens like this. If you've been in the market long enough, you'll know that usually when one play takes off like that, it's the catalyst for a lot of other plays. I don't know if you want to call it sympathy plays or yeah, this sucker is moving. You got to know what you're doing with it. But yeah, it hit a low down here. It came and pulled back to the like the 615 area, and it just took off ever since. It's $9.70 is where it hit a high of. That's $3, over $3. Yeah, we're going live today, baby, and I'm gonna trade. Let me unlock my time and my montage. That means it's go time. That means I can trade. I'll trade. Let me go ahead and make sure my hotkeys are right. 250, 200, 100. Okay. Just making sure everything is right. It's Good Friday, baby. Ready for the weekend. And I actually, not this upcoming week, but the following week, I go on vacation. I'm no working, no anything, just all vacation. So it's going down, baby. The countdown is on. So I'm happy. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this market as an ATM and go ahead and collect some funds out of here to go on my vacation. Hey, that's the beauty of this market, man. If you know what you're doing anyway, it could become an ATM, man. That's the dream. That's why a lot of us are here. So I'm watching this TROV. I can't play it because it's the margin restriction on it. I could play it with my own funds, but if I want to maximize my share size, I have to go ahead and I can't do that one. It's gonna come down under that 9, showing a little weakness. And then it has to pull back anyway. That's just healthy. It wouldn't be healthy if it didn't pull back some. Look at TNXP. See, the thing about TNXP, one thing about it, it's been a fight with every cent that it moved. There was a fight. If you look here, look at this 25 on the chart here. It fought hard, and then it had high volume on these. It wasn't like it just went up on low volume. It went up super high. A lot of buying, a lot of stuff going on around these areas, and it just that's why I got out, because I just don't like the way it's moving. With so much volume, it's not moving like it should for the amount of volume that's coming in. It's moving more like a higher float stock, even though it's supposedly on anyway on TD Ameritrade it's 4.7 million shares, but it's not moving that way. It's moving like a stock with 47 million shares. So I kind of got out of that because of that reason alone. It is a strong. It's been holding up. Holding over that VWAP. The VWAP has been a very good support for it. As you can see, it's bounced off it multiple times here, here, here. So that's definitely a sign of strength. Let me go ahead and mark that just so you got anybody new coming in the room, you can see what's going on. So it bounced off here. It bounced off over here. A little small bounce here. And it bounced again here. So you can see the VWAP is very strong support for this stock. So what I can gather from it is it's gonna be a mover, but it's gonna be like a slow mover. It's not. You gotta be patient with it. It's not gonna be one of those moves where you get one minute candle that goes up 50 cent. It's just not gonna happen. So, but if you can bear to wait, hold on to this one, for like 20 minutes, then you may get your 20 cent. That's the type of stock this is right here. I already could see it. I saw it earlier. That's why I got out. Yes, it went higher, but it just was a long, drawn out process. As you can see, is oh yeah. Also today, I'm gonna be leaving at. I got to get out of here a little after 10 o'clock, so I can't. I'm not gonna be trading for too long. Got some obligations to take care of, some business to handle. So yeah, I'll be with you guys for a minute here, about to like 9:45, maybe 10 o'clock at the max. But I have to get out of here at 10 o'clock. I have to be where I'm gonna be shortly after. So, but keep an eye on TNXP. Wait for a nice pullback if you're gonna play it. Never try to buy at the highs. Um, see what else is going on here. Let me check the overall market here. You got a couple things running though, and then like I tell some people, I said it in earlier videos, um, that you're gonna have. I notice Fridays for me, in my opinion, is a lot of runners that day. A lot of people have a different opinion about that. Some people say Fridays are bloody Fridays or a red day or whatever. If you really pay attention, you see, as you can see today, it's like, well, it's been all week, but it's a lot of runners and a lot of opportunities on Fridays. A lot of what happens is, um, a lot of people, you have a lot of people taking profits for the weekend. They want to, or they don't want to hold something overnight, Friday night over the weekend, so they liquidate their positions. on both sides, on the long side and the short side. So there you have it. That's why stocks just feverishly go up and down on Friday, because people are just basically selling out their positions before the weekend, whether that's profit taken to have weekend funds, or whether that's just being worried of holding a stock overnight or over the weekend. So either way, that's why you see a lot of activity on Fridays. Bear with me. I'm over here on another screen here, looking at some off-topic things here. I'm on YouTube as well. Yeah, so right now, as you all know, if you're in the market, the top runners, top movers, top active stocks is SEEL, TNXP, TROV, ALT, SAEX are the top stocks. Top six actually one, two, three, four, five. Top five plays in the low cap market. It's bounced off of this support level pretty good here. If you caught it at this support, you got a dollar. You got over a dollar in profit there. So let me get a plan together. Let's get a plan together for what we're gonna trade at the open here. So A, I'm sorry, SEEL can't trade it. Is the margin restriction won't allow me to use shares. So down to the next one, TNXP. I don't like the way it's trading. Yes, it is moving, but I don't like the way it's trading. It's trading, and then also if you look at its history, let me show you the history of it. If you look at the history, it always fades. So keep that in mind. It almost all like 90% of the time it'll fade. If you see these big red candles here, it that means it'll start up here, it'll start high and then it'll fade. And sometimes if you see here, it'll start somewhere but it'll shoot up after the bell, but then it'll come back down. So you have to keep that in mind when you're trading these styles. All you see is where it pops up and drops. So I wouldn't trade this to the long side, honestly. You may get a little opportunity, but I won't mess with it. So on to the next one. I can't trade TROV. Let me take that off the list, off the watch list, because it's just taking up space. So now I'm sorry, SAEX. Let me see if I'm able to get some shares here. So with this one, I really can't get any shares. Let's see. I can get with ASEX. I can get my 250 that I'm looking to get, but right now it's looking weak. But you also keep an eye on it. But it's looking weak right now. It's that resistance level is looking pretty strong for it. It hit it before, it hit it again, and I'm just not gonna mess with it. Let's see. The only thing is, with this with this live stream running, it's kind of slowing everything down. So I might have to turn it off. I wanted to stream throughout the open, but it just right now it's lagging everything, and I definitely can't have that. Trading limits, trading limits. Trade, let's see. All right, so with this one, I can't short it, but let me go ahead and do some analysis here. So it hit a low on a daily before a 560. That was a previous low area, but it's under that right now. But it went down very far to get there. Let's see what else is going on here. So basically, all of these are the Chinese stocks. They are falling. Let's go ahead and take a look at the overall market here. The overall market is selling off pretty decently on this Friday here. So you keep that in mind when you're trying to go long on a lot of these plays. But what a lot of people don't realize is there are certain, I'm not even going to say it right now, but there are certain indicators, certain things that let you know, and the ones of us who've been around should know this, but it lets you know the stocks that have a higher propensity of following the market and the ones that have a higher propensity of going the opposite direction of the market. There are some stocks that are do the inverse of what the market does. And I'm not talking about ETFs or inverse ETFs. I'm talking about some stocks that does the same thing. So just because you see the market going down doesn't mean everything is going to get dragged down with it. You have to know the ones that have a higher probability of going the other way based on prior moves. But yeah, so that's why I look at the overall market, but I don't, you know what I mean, fully pay attention to it. I just look at it just for an overall idea of the market, but I still don't let that affect my. I look at the volume, of a stock, the news, the catalyst, the trend of it, and that's what basically moves me. Let me see here. Let me get something. Right now, I'm not seeing anything that I really want to like dive into at the bell. There might be some opportunities after the bell that I want to partake in, but right now, it's not happening. But what I like is now this one's too high. I really only want to stick with stocks that are like $7 and below. Really, I will mess with an $8 stock, but I really like $10 because I can't get if I want to double down my position. If I'm gonna get 250. That's what I'm initially gonna start with. But sometimes I want to double it up if I feel like the stock is very strong in one direction or the next. And if I get a $9 stock, $10 stock, I can't double up. So I'm stuck with just 250, which that's all right if you can get 20, 30, 40 cents. Let me go ahead and take a look at DF. Well, I can't get that's restricted anyway, so scratch that one. Well, I'm looking at right now, and really I can't get much, but I'm looking at the CHFS. See, I don't look at the typical what everybody else looks at. I mean, I have my own thing. Everybody looking at, whatever, SEL. But what I'm looking at is a bounce opportunity. Not to say you're gonna get it, but it's low. Its former low is for around that 450, 460 area. That was its former low. Not to say it's gonna get back up here, but a lot of times when the stock falls off, very far, which this one is not that far, but yes, it is. It's actually from 780, something from the 7 not to the $8 area, down to the four. If it falls off that hard, let me see why. Where it prices another offering, a secondary offering, basically gonna dilute the shares in the stock. So yeah, that's why it will go down. So anytime they offer a secondary offering, you have the IPO and then you have a secondary or an additional offering. Uh, it means uh, pretty simply, quite simply, it means that they're gonna dilute the shares. They're gonna add more shares to the float. And what does that mean? That means it's gonna take more to move it, and so on and so on. So usually it goes down. So anyway, DFFN I see is on the move. Let's keep this TNXP. Watch what I tell you about TNXP. Now you see it's up. Now take a look at it after the bell. Let me go ahead and take a look at it real quick here. So what I could gather from my analysis is that it's going to, guys. I'm gonna have to shut this down, man, because I want to trade, but it's everything is going so slow. Everything on my other screen that I'm like clicking, it takes a second for it to load, and if I'm gonna trade, I can't trade that way. So I may have to cancel it out. But I'm gonna keep it up for a second, see how it acts. If it doesn't act too good, then I will close it out. But I'm gonna try to let you guys see me in live action. gonna mess with that. Now watch TNXP. It's gonna shoot up, but it's gonna come back. It's pretty strong though. But I'm going off of what I know to be. No, that's not. This is dead. I don't know why that's on my list. I actually was in TNXP at 311, but I didn't like the way it moves. And watch, it's gonna come down. It's not gonna stay up. It's not gonna hold its gains. It's everything is written in stone. But let me go ahead and see what else is moving. You gotta keep a. Yeah, it's going super slow, yo. I'm gonna have to soon close this out because I'm trying to pull up the latest and greatest stocks, and it's everything is lagging. I want you guys to see me in action. No, I gotta close it out, guys. It's going too slow. Sorry, I'll catch you on the next one. I gotta upgrade this computer, guys. I'm gonna make some trades. I already made one for a profit, but I'll be back.